everybody, it's Gypsy, and today we are going to talk about astral projection. Now, hopefully we can talk about it over the whines and cries of Persephone. She's in one of her boots today. She saw me sit down to work, and now she wants to go outside. And the answer is no. Excuse me. So, yeah, bear with me with her. So anyways, astral projection. What is it? How and why do we do it? Why? Is there a purpose to it? Does it benefit us in any way? I'm going to have to ask family members from the spirit realm on that last question. Yeah. Who's ever willing to behave themselves today? Right. We've been having trouble with that lately. You guys all know why. Damn Damon. Right. So anyways, I'm going to start with my experience when it first happened to me that I noticed. I'm one of those people, I think we do it without realizing it when we're asleep. Like, really asleep. Is this true, guys? It's partially true because some people, Mother, it is. People do. This is John, her oldest child. People do go upstairs, flit around the universe and stuff like that when they're in a dead sleep and they don't realize it. Now explain what happened with you. Yeah, this was, you guys, I thought I was losing my mind. Right. I had just gone to bed. I closed my eyes and I can't remember if I meditated that night as I was falling asleep. Sometimes I do that, or I used to, right? But all I remember, hi baby, is I'm laying there and just very relaxed. And then my bed was here and my dresser's here. This big long dresser with this big huge mirror. And the next thing I know, I noticed I'm looking at my dresser. And I thought to myself, I thought I had my eyes closed. And then I realized I wasn't looking up at my mirror like I should have, from the perspective of lying in my bed. I was looking down at my dresser in my mirror. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I opened my eyes and everything looked back to normal. I was laying in bed looking up at the mirror. I'm like, what the hell? So that was my first incident, and I really couldn't figure out what was going on. I had a few others, and I was not even trying. I was just like relaxed, ready to go to sleep. Another time, I had a previous business several years ago that I was working on. And this is when I lived in a stationary home back in Ohio. And that day I had all my supplies laid out on the coffee table because I have MECFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. And at that time it was so bad, I would have to lay down a lot. So I had everything off of the coffee table because I would lay on the couch a lot and I would work from there. So I'm in bed that night, and I'm not asleep yet. Next thing I know, I'm sitting on my couch looking at my coffee table. And all my supplies and everything were in the exact same place. Everything looked exactly the same. There is a slight difference to the way things look, and I just cannot put my finger on it. Oh, it was dark. That night I remember kind of like a reddish glow. Right, I could see better in the dark when this happens. Right, Mom? Yeah, this is Ricky. Hi, honey. We're not getting to the refrigerator one yet, right? That's a joke. Right. So, what you see when you're astral projecting is things do look slightly different. Right, you said you can't put your finger on it. Right. What you see, it is kind of like a glow, and yes, we do see better when we don't have a physicalities. Now, I know I died in utero, so you think maybe I wouldn't know this. I'm going to assume you would. Right, that was my mom's speak. I do know this, just from hanging out in the spirit realm with you and Dad and my baby brother. Not that we could see, we can see the images in your imagination, in your mind's eye. So that's how I know. And yes, it is brighter at night when you leave your body. You still know it's dark. You still see darkness, lack of sunshine. But that's what the difference is. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. You're over here now. I heard some people say if they look at a digital clock, they can't read it. It looks bizarre. They can't make out the numbers. Now, I never thought when I left my body to look at anything digital. So I don't know if this is true. Do you guys know? It is for some people. Like, you don't think to look at it. Yeah, why would I'm not interested really in the physical realm when I leave. I want to see other things. Okay, so another time. Oh, one time this was happening a lot in this short period of time. Yeah, it was to get you prepared to be able to do these sort of things. Right. So one time I found myself looking out my living room window. It was winter, I remember. And I'm in bed, had my eyes closed, relaxing. And next thing I know, I'm looking out the living room window. Then another time I was looking out the kitchen window. Now this is the kitchen window where I always wait for my boys when they're coming. I have a feeling I'm still waiting for John's physicality to show up. Right. I would stand at the kitchen window when my sons were coming. When John comes, especially at that time, Christian wasn't driving yet. I don't think now. Oh, he's just learning. Yeah, it's probably more of the reason why Mom gets nervous. Right. And I found myself there in that very spot. I waited for my boys. And then another time, I have no idea why, and this is when I wasn't doing it consciously, intentionally. Now I'm only 5'2", and I was level with the top of my refrigerator looking at the cereal boxes and the oatmeal and stuff like that, and, my granola and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking about breakfast in the morning. I don't know. But I found myself there, and it's not a dream. You know it's not a dream because it's very, very real. Miss Ma'am, she wants to go outside again. Right. So that was another time. Right. And then when my 3 children in the spirit realm, they started helping me learn how to do it intentionally with a lot of meditation and stuff. And yes, I was trying too hard. When I want to, yeah, we're going to talk about that later. Yeah, so they started helping me, and it became more and more intentional. So we would have a good time with that. My favorite time was, I always wanted to fly up near the clouds without a plane. So we did it one day. Right. And we're up near the clouds, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually doing it. And Tina and Rick here on this side, my son and daughter, who died in utero. And John, my oldest, who died at age 26, is on my right. Yeah. She knows my work day has begun, and it's going to be a while before she goes outside. And so John's on my right. You called my name? Yeah, I called that Mom, and I look over to my right. This is only the second time I had seen my son since he died, and I just lost it. Yeah, so excited, so happy. Yeah, I could still see it in my heart. Then I ended up back in my body. Right. We flew by the Chagrin River. There was really nobody fishing there. We just put somebody, yeah, because I don't think they'd go for that in that neighborhood. Someone was hoity-toity once. Yes. Lots of other things like that. So then it eventually became intentional. It is much easier for me these days. I haven't done it in a while because I just haven't felt like it. So we're going to talk about how. Now, I believe, yeah, I'm right. Yeah, because I just said that. Okay, yeah, right. So when you start doing it unconsciously, not really meaning to, up here in the head, I think it's your spirit being prepared to be, whoops, it's happening again, camera's freezing. Oh, my daddy had to get close to the camera. It is your spirit being prepared to advance to the next level of your spiritual growth, becoming more aware of who we truly are on a spiritual level. Because this body is not who you are. It's your vessel. I mean, it's part of you while you're here. Okay? But I think that's part of it, because I believe being able to do these things and having awareness that we do is becoming awake and more aware, more self-awareness. And so then you're ready for that next level to be able to do it at will. Right. Now, again, meditation. You must be relaxed in all levels of your being to be able to do this. Your body, your spirit, your soul, every part of you, emotionally, you have to be relaxed. Okay? Now, clear mind, clear heart again, everything. So that's why how meditation trains you to be able to do this. And it opens you up spiritually to so much more. Right, Mom, can I interject something? I think so. Right. I wanted to say that when my mother first began doing this, yeah, it's John. Yeah, when it, people get confused, so we have to introduce ourselves from the other side. Right. So this is John. When you started doing this intentionally, you became more aware of who was around you, spirit-wise. Oh, that's true. Yeah. A lot of times, right, and you talked about that in another video. We think that one got deleted. Right. You are not alone when you're astral projecting people. Do not worry. Okay. Right. And we should talk about those things too. Right. We'll get to that towards the end. Okay. Remind me. Okay. Right. So you became more aware of the spirituality side of yourself and others. And you also became aware that your loved ones who have died in the physical realm are actually still, right, alive, very much alive. And like my mother always likes to say, we're more alive in the spirit realm than we are in the physical realm. This is very true, I believe. You're damn right about that. You did, yeah, Grandpa's saying that. Because we could do a lot more. We have more abilities. Yeah, things are, the opportunities are much more advanced. Why, yeah. To me, it seems limitless, like we could do anything, right? And that's how that goes. Right. So I think that's the benefit. This is Michelle talking. The benefit of astral projection. It opens up your mind and your spirit in who you are in the physical realm um, to those bigger possibilities and who we truly are and what is truly going on. Because in the physical realm, we cannot see everything. We're very limited. So you start to see all this stuff, and it's so exciting. Right. So, meditation first. That's how you do that. Now, these days, if I want to, first of all, yes, I have to be very relaxed. I typically do it when I lay down at night. I'm not sleeping yet because I want to have that awareness. But with my eyes closed, I do see visions with my eyes closed a lot, so this helps me. But I will just kind of focus on a pinpoint in front of me. Now, this is where my son Ricky was talking. I was trying too hard. I would focus too hard at the beginning on that pinpoint. Right. And I was stressing myself out too much. When you try too hard, it doesn't happen. That's what my kids were telling me when I first was trying to do it intentionally. I'm trying too hard. I didn't get that. And it is hard to explain. Just relax. Focus on the pinpoint, but not like really, really intently. Now, what happens, at least for me, is as I do that, as I'm leaving my body, I very, very slowly see, well, I'm usually in bed, the inside of my trailer coming in. And this is where the refrigerator story comes. Yeah. Right. And I start to see these things. That's what happens when I'm floating out of my body. Right. Now, one night, this is a few months ago, it was nighttime. I float out of my body and I'm saying like this. It looked big at the time because my virtual face was right against the refrigerator. In an RV, well, my refrigerator has a light to indicate that everything's working fine. It's an orange light. And I'm like, am I on the other side of the planet? Is that the sun? The kids, well, everybody started laughing, right? I was like plastered up against, well, you can't be plastered, but I was looking directly at this refrigerator light, which is small, but it looked big because I was that close to it. It's a big joke now. And I told everybody because my youngest also, oh, he's the worst, makes fun of me. He teases me so much, and he is not to ever, ever know about this for all of eternity. Even after he crosses over, the refrigerator incident is never to be shared with my youngest because he's really bad with teasing his mother. Hey everybody, this is Gypsy from Gypsy Witch Creations, and I would like to let everyone know that I am having a back to school sale. You get 10% off your purchase from our Back to School collection, which you can find under the menu heading Catalog. And the first on the list of our collections will be the Back to School. Anything you purchase from there is 10% off. We have pencil cases, notebooks, backpack, and clothing for children. So stop by Gypsy Witch Creations at gypsywitchcreations.com. And do not forget, if you sign up for our newsletter, you get 15% off your first item purchased. To do that, all you have to do is click on the chat box in the lower right corner, say hello, and a form will show up for you to fill out to sign up for the newsletter, and we will send you a coupon code for 15% off. So come see us at gypsywitchcreations.com. Right. Now, also, I don't always, sometimes I'll just pop out so quickly. I will just automatically find myself in a different spot. Now, I might not like gradually see the inside of my trailer. One night, oh gosh, we were outside. And when I say we, my whole family is around. They've been around a lot, but right, you always have someone with you. But I have a lot, my whole family. Went outside. I was going to talk about the stores, right. And it was a beautiful night in the desert. You know, the sky is most of the time so clear in the desert, and there's no, if you don't live in the city, no light pollution. And it's just gorgeous. I mean, the stars and the moon. I mean, you would not believe if you don't live in if you've never experienced this. It's just a spiritual experience in and of itself, even without leaving the body. But I wanted to see it while I was astral projecting. So I turned myself like around and up like this. That is how you did it, right? The camera froze again. You guys are active today. And how you do this? You don't have a physical body. And I was like, well, how do I do that? Intention, which is how also you leave your body. So my intention that night was to see the stars without my physical body. So that intention had my spirit move like this. So I was looking up like this. Yeah, and it was gorgeous. Not much of a difference, but I think you appreciate things more when you're not in your body. Right. So that is an intention on moving while you're out of the body. You get this thought in your head, a desire, a strong desire for something, to be in a certain spot, to see something, and that's how your spirit moves when you're outside of your body. Is it the same after death? Right, we did talk about that. It's all about desire and intention. Right, this is Aunt Charlotte speaking. Right, okay, well, that's cool. That's how you did that night, or when you leave your body and find yourself someplace, all of a sudden, you have this desire, whether you know it or not, to be in that place. I don't know why I'd want to look. I may have been worried about my refrigerator that night. It was very hot, right? And that's how that works. Wow. Right. Oh, right. I always had that desire to fly up near the clouds. That's how that happened that time. And my kids, yeah, you guys hauled me. Yeah, you all did. Right. I remember flying with my children, though. Right. It's all about intent, desire. Right. So leaving your body also, you have to, and it's not like you have to keep, I used to do this, like repeat it over in my mind to try to get that intent out there. For me, it's more just relax, think, okay, focus on getting out of your body, and that's how that goes. Right. It's really hard. Now, there are a lot of meditations on YouTube. I highly recommend Paul Santisi's on astral projection to help you leave the body. I found those, they worked a little bit. I do it better on my own with no sounds or anything, just, and it is easy for me the way I live out in the wilderness and stuff. It's quiet. But if you want to have that kind of like that training on how to do it, go look up the videos on YouTube or other places on the internet and look up astral projection meditations or videos, and you come up with a million of them. I don't think we all excuse me, learn and do it exactly the same way, so you're going to have to experiment, try the videos, Or you could just meditate simply by relaxing or doing that pinpoint thing like I do. A candle might, thanks guys, a candle might work too. If you meditate and focus on the candle, you're looking at a spot with that intention to leave your body. Right. That could work too. Just try different things. Don't give up, and eventually you do it. It took a while for me. I think a lot of other people get it more quickly than I did. Some might take longer. Don't worry about it. Just take your time and do it. Now, I'd like to talk about safety, because a lot of people are afraid. I hear a lot of people are afraid to leave their body because they're afraid they won't come back. Right. Is there actually a cord? I've heard people talk about we have a cord attached to us in our body. Right, Mom. Oh, yeah, your spirit in your body. I know sometimes when I talk like that, people get confused. Who we really are is our spirit. Right, Mother. It's more metaphorical. There isn't really. There is a strong bond between the natural body and the spirit while the body is still alive. So you're always going to be drawn back. There is nothing. Mom's going, state your name. I know who it is, right. It's John Patrick. You have that natural inclination to return, okay? So, yeah, I have this spot on my screen. I think it's actually a reflection, right? You're going to naturally return, and there's nothing to worry about. Okay, take off with that one. Right, like I said, you never asked to project without, well, it could be spirit guides, angels, your family members. They are not going to let anything happen to you. Right, and you've heard of incidences, Michelle, where people have seen or experienced something bad. That's more or less in your head. You're worried and focused that there's bad things out in the spirit realms. There is and there isn't. The bad things aren't really, they're just stupid. Right, stupid. And they don't know what they're doing. That's why we surround you when you are asked to projecting. So you don't get scared, and you don't have these lower entities coming at you with their bizarre and crazy images and shit like that. I can see how that happens now, right? I have problems with a demon right now, so it used to give me some strange images, so my family got rid of those, yeah. So I can see how that could happen when somebody's astral projecting, right? Right. So we stay around to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, for those who that has happened, we can't always catch it quickly. Try to stay in tune, right, with the higher entities, your family, friends, angels, guides, who's ever with you, right. Right, so that is not really a concern, and if it makes you more comfortable to say a prayer beforehand, or to put a bubble of protective light around you before you go, not before you go, I hate anyway, separate from your body temporarily, do that. It puts that intent in your head. That's energetic exchange. That's what prayer is, and doing that stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a video on prayer and what that actually is. Right. So that, when you have that in your mind, and you've done that, and you feel more comfortable, you're not going to be drawn to those things or by those things. They won't be drawn to you, and your family will be around you. There's that informational exchange, and we know what you're afraid of, so we know what to look out for, right, Mom? Right, and there really is nothing to worry about. Not that it's I just ask, is it these bad things, are they more imagination when you're astral projecting? Not really. Like I said, there are lower entities out there who are too ignorant to know we want only higher vibrational things, and they don't know what is wrong or bad, scary or evil to higher vibrational frequencies, which we all are. So they get confused by that, and that's all that is. Right. Okay. Let me see. We think so, yeah. There's really, you're going to come back naturally. Nobody gets lost out in the ethers coming back. This is Michelle. We both said that at the same time. Never mind, it's Michelle. And, yes, John. Nobody gets lost out in the ethers. As long as your body is alive and it's not your time to leave this plane permanently as the spirit you are now, the person you are now, you're going to be drawn back naturally. Oh, that's another thing. The emotional thing. I forgot about that. Right. Like I said, when we were flying in the sky, and I looked over and saw John, it had only been a few years since my son died. That strong surge of emotion drew me back into my body. Try to keep it more, not that you don't have any emotions or feelings, but try to tone it down. I'm very emotional, being a Scorpio and Sicilian. Yeah, it's hard. Right. Um, to be able to control where you go and how long you're out and stuff like that. And again, not like you're going to be out longer if you don't control. You come back, so you don't come back before you want to. You might see a loved one or something and get all excited. It could draw you back, but you'll get used to it and you'll be able to stay out. I haven't mastered that yet. Oh, I forgot to tell you, yes, it was Christmas time, this past Christmas, and I had Christmas lights around my trailer's canopy. And when I was a little girl, my parents would take me to go see Christmas lights. And they would say, look at the lights. Yeah, look at the lights. So my dad takes me, I left my body, I Astral Project. My dad takes me outside. And yes, we can go right through the trailer walls, any walls, when we're outside of our body. And I see my lights. All of a sudden, I'm looking at one of my, like right in front of one of my red Christmas lights. My dad goes, look at the lights, right? You don't do it as good as Mom does, though, right? He doesn't do it the same. My mom went, look at the lights. You didn't say much. He never did say much of anything. Now he doesn't stop. Right, so anyways, that was just another experience. Now, there will be those boys and girls who tell you astral projection is wrong, it's evil, it's unsafe, all this other stuff. Again, I'm going to remind you, these are usually religions, and major religions at that. Let's think about that. Major religions are the ones in power. They are in cahoots with the powers that be here. When you are able to do these things, astral project, connect with the spirit realm, etc., etc., you gain knowledge. The truth, you gain truths. Now, the powers that be do not wish for us to have these truths. So you are going to have those major religions who, again, are in cahoots with the powers that be here in the physical realm, telling you it's wrong, it's evil, it's sinful. You're going to hell that does not exist except in your mind. And Mom's going in preacher mode, I heard. Yeah. Except in your mind, there is no hell. We're only judges. We talked about that, right? That's the reason they tell you it's wrong, it's evil, and shit like that, and you're going to hell. That's why hell was invented, so they can control us and keep us from having this knowledge. The time has come for us to return to our true selves and do these things and learn these things from those, get the information straight from the horse's mouth, which is the spirit realm. When somebody in the spiritual community or another witch tells me something that I question, I'm like, well, do you speak directly to the spirit? Do you speak to the spirit realm? No? Well, then how do you know this? That's how I feel. Anyways, keep that in mind. If you are comfortable astral projecting and you want to do it, yes, send that information out to the spirit realm. Family, friends, your perception of our creator, God, goddesses, whatever, angels, spirit guides, whatever you perceive it as and what you are comfortable with, what you connect with, put that information out there to them. They know who you're talking about, who you want, exactly what to do. And right, they will teach you these things. It's not bad or evil. Remember, that information is coming from those who are currently incarnated and they're either ignorant or have an agenda. We are entitled to do these things because we are spirits. We are spirits first, before we are physical beings. And we are currently incarnated in a body. We are limited, but there are certain things we can still do, and we have the privilege to do them. So, yes, think for yourself. Put that vibration out there that you want to know. Is this okay for me? Is it the right time? Is it okay to do at all? And you will receive that answer in one way or another. More likely than not, they'll come around and all of a sudden you're going to start learning how to, astral project, whatever. So remember, don't listen to others here if the answer doesn't sound right to you. These things are not evil. Talking to the spirit realm is not evil or sinful. It's a natural thing we all can do, if you choose to. Because we're spirits. Right? We're spirits in a physical body having physical experiences, which I find very bizarre. Just joking. Anyways, I'm going to leave you at that because I could go on all day. Okay, blessed be, and make it a joyful one.